Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. And this video today is just going to be a fun, light-hearted video. I am going to be talking about 5 regular, everyday German things, pretty standard things to most Germans, I would say, that I had never seen before coming to Germany. It's actually a super random list of things, but I thought it would be a fun video because I remember when I first came to Germany seeing these items and just being confused about what they were, or thinking, oh, that's pretty cool, I've never seen that before, or I've never tasted that before. And it's just fun reminiscing on this kind of thing because most of these items or things are just so normal to me now. Okay guys, so let's get into it. In no particular order, something that I had actually never seen before coming to Germany, and I was actually confused about what they were. That is the radiator heaters here in Germany, the big white metal heaters that are on the walls in German homes and shops and just German buildings in general. And these are used to heat your home in Germany. The majority of German homes are heated with gas, some of the really older homes are heated with oil, and the new build homes, the new more sort of modern homes, they usually do not have these radiator heatings. I remember seeing them everywhere when I first came to Germany, and I was just confused about what exactly they were. I knew it was something to do with heating, I just didn't really know how they worked, and it was just something really new to me. They have these little round dials on the side usually from 1 to 5, and you can control, you know, what temperature you'd like your heating to be. And honestly, my first sort of impression when I found out that these were heating systems and most German homes had them, I was like, oh, they're not very attractive. But after a while I was like, who cares, because they are incredible and German homes are just so well heated, and I love that I felt so toasty and warm in the homes in Germany. In New Zealand, that's definitely not the case. We don't have these radiator heaters on our walls, but we basically don't have heating systems in our homes. As I've mentioned, homes are built without them. These radiator heaters, they're usually in every single room of a German house, and they take up quite a bit of space on the wall. And as I mentioned, they're not very attractive, but after a while you just kind of get used to them, and they're so effective that you don't really think about it after a while, and everybody has them, and it's just not really an issue, the way they look. In our new home that we've built, we don't have these radiator heaters anymore. We've got a different type of heating system, but I lived for years with these heaters and I actually really liked them. One thing that was really cool is that if you wanted to quickly hand wash something, you could just hang it up on the heater and it dried in like an hour or so. And so that was really handy to have that. And I love the smell of the beginning of winter when you turn the heaters on, because in summer you don't need them, but in winter, you know, you turn the heater on and it's the smell that I can't even explain, but it's a really warm, comforting kind of smell. You guys, if you're German and you're watching this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so moving on, something I had never seen or heard of before coming to Germany is curry flavored ketchup. And this is just such a typical German combination, and I realize that now, but at the time I was like, that is so unusual. So I remember within the first few weeks of arriving in Germany, we were at Rob's parents' place. If you don't know, Rob is my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time. We were eating hot chips, or pumice as they say here, and I squirted a little bit on my plate and, you know, dipped my hot chip in, and I was super taken back by the flavor. I was not expecting it to taste like curry because it just looked like regular ketchup. And I said to Rob, is this ketchup? Like, what is this? He was like, oh yeah, it's just normal ketchup with a curry flavor, and it's like sort of a normal combination here in Germany. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And they didn't have any sort of normal flavored ketchup, just the curry ketchup. I don't know if I liked it at first, but then I just kept eating it because there was no other ketchup. And then after a while I was like, hey, this is a really good combination, and I started to really enjoy the curry ketchup. And it's just a flavor. Whenever I eat it now, it just reminds me of when I first came to Germany. Germans eat regular ketchup, but also curry ketchup is super popular here, and it's just a standard German combination, curry ketchup. And I'm pretty sure it comes from the whole currywurst. Germans love currywurst, which I also love. if you go to a festival here in Germany, at the food stand, there will most likely be an option of curry ketchup and regular ketchup. And I'm pretty sure most Germans have curry ketchup in their home. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Okay, so moving on to another German food item that I had never seen or heard of before coming to Germany, and that is grilled cheese. And you may be thinking of a different kind of grilled cheese, like the grilled cheese that you have in a sandwich that kind of melts in your sandwich. And this is not the grilled cheese I'm talking about at all. Grilled cheese here in Germany is something totally different. It's something that you grill up on the barbecue, and it actually doesn't melt. So you just kind of brown it up, and when you bite into it, it's got almost like, it's really hard to explain the texture, but it doesn't like melt and sort of drizzle out. It just sort of stays in its form, and it's got almost like a squeaky, kind of like you can hear a squeaky sound when you bite into it. And that's grilled cheese that you have on a barbecue in Germany, and it tastes surprisingly really good. I really like it. So apparently, even though this grilled cheese is really popular in Germany, it originated in Cyprus, and Germans have kind of adopted it. And yeah, you see it all the time at grill parties and things like that. I actually think it's a really good alternative to meat if you're vegetarian. So you can fry it up on the grill, and you can have like potato salad or regular salad with it, and it just makes a really nice meal. So yeah, just something very German that I had never heard of until I moved here. Okay, so moving on, something I had never seen or heard of before coming to Germany is this little gadget here, which I would see in lots of German homes. You just sort of see one of these lying around, and I just didn't really know what they were. I thought, you know, something to do with coffee, but I just never seen them before. And what these are, it's like a coffee brewer, like a coffee boiler. So quite a few Germans like to use these just for single cups of coffee or espressos, and they actually make really, really good coffee. So basically you just screw this part off, and you put coffee, like ground coffee beans in here, and screw it back on, and you put water in here, and then you put it on your stovetop, and then it starts boiling, and then the coffee will kind of rise up here, and you just pour the coffee into the cup. And seriously, the coffee is super good, and really I think comparable to coffee from, you know, a proper coffee machine. So I remember seeing one of these at Rob's parents' place, and I asked Rob what it was, and he explained to me what it was, and he said, oh, do you want me to make you a coffee with it? And he did, and it actually tasted really good. It had a really rich coffee flavor, so much better than the instant coffee. And right now we have a coffee machine, but this is such a great alternative and so much better than instant coffee. And I think this is perfect if you are living alone, or you know, you're just a couple in a small apartment. Like when I first moved to Germany, Rob and I just lived in a very small apartment, and we didn't have room for a big coffee machine, so we had one of these, and this one actually makes a single coffee, and we had another one that made a double coffee. And this is what we used to use in the morning, and it made really, really great coffee. And it was all we needed, and it took us ages to actually get a proper coffee machine because we really enjoyed the coffee from these little espresso coffee boilers, or whatever you call them. I actually don't know the name for them. Okay guys, so last but not least, something I had never seen before coming to Germany were 1 and 2 cent coins. I was actually really surprised when I saw these in Germany. I wasn't expecting it, because in New Zealand we did have 1 and 2 cent coins like years ago. Back in, I think, the late 80s, early 90s, that's when they were sort of phased out, but I'd never actually seen them in person, only sort of in photos. In New Zealand, our highest coin is the 10 cent coin. Even the 5 cent coin has been phased out. I actually find them pretty annoying, to be honest. I think they should be phased out here too. Your wallet just gets so full with these tiny little coins, and they're not worth much at all, and they're just kind of annoying. If you're German and you're watching this, let me know if you like the 1 and 2 cent coins. Do you find them useful, or do you find them kind of annoying like I do and think they should be phased out? So anyway guys, that's all I've got for this video. I know it was super random, but you guys seem to enjoy these types of videos. I enjoy making them, so I'm gonna keep bringing them out as long as you enjoy them. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!